Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I don't know if you can feel my earrings. They are like super festive. And I was just out for a while, so I decided to keep this when I record the video. And we are in the month of October, and when I find most of the fragrance community YouTubers are busy recording videos for fall fragrances, I find myself on a slightly different territory, which is festive fragrances, because starting from October we are into serious festival season mood in India, and of course even for Indians abroad. So I thought, why not make a video of my choices of fragrances which would be apt for the festive season. Now we're just getting started as far as the festive season is concerned, so there's still a lot of time. So if you are still shopping, last minute shopping, if you still think one of these perfumes can do wonders to your parties and your get-togethers and your outings, then I would be happy to hear a word from you. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, share the video, and definitely like the video if you like it. So let's get started. Indian festivals are a lot about outdoor activities also. It's not just like indoor parties or get-togethers, but we do go out a lot during these days. So, and those outings include both daytime as well as nighttime outings. The hours can vary from early hours in the morning to late hours in the night, even whole night outings. So it really differs from plans to plans, people to people, families to families. So in case of daytime outings, my preference would be something light and fresh and airy, which is of course very soothing and aromatic as well, but it should have longevity, because it's difficult to carry a big bulky bottle in your bag all the time. So top up may not be possible, especially if I talk in context of Durga Puja, where we do a lot of pandal hopping. So there's a lot of walking involved, so you may carry a small bag, or even just with a bag with bare necessities at for an outing, not like a bulky perfume bottle. So a perfume with good longevity definitely helps. So my first choice is a perfume that I feel I'm increasingly getting close to, and this has been one of my best buys, best purchases in not only this year, but of all the fragrances that I've always bought. This has been like one golden buy, and I will continue to buy this. This will be my number one as far as summer fragrances are concerned. You may think that this is not the time for this fragrance. This is fall, of course, October, and this is the time when this fragrance should be shelved for the next summer. I completely agree, but I come from a city like Calcutta, which is hot and humid, and Indian weather conditions are becoming increasingly unpredictable with, of course, factors like climate change. So when we have a particularly warm and sunny day today, the evenings were completely washed out by rain. So it is that unpredictable. So if you're going out during the day when it is warm, sunny, you don't want to wear something too thick, too intense, because that will only give you an uncomfortable wear, as well as people around you will be suffocated. And we normally go out in big groups during these days. So my preference for outings in the morning hours would always be Dolce Gabbana's Light Blue Intense. Why? Because this is like fresh. This is like a beautiful natural spa, in a bottle. It always reminds me of oranges because of the intense citrusy notes in it, and there is lemon, there are different, and the citrus is so beautifully balanced with floral notes. I'll just keep down the bottle because it's heavy. The floral notes include jasmine and marigold, which is beautifully blended with the base notes of musk and amberwood. So it all joins, makes it a beautiful, light, airy, fresh, floral and fragrant perfume. But not only that, that's obviously the first attractive part of it, but the second advantage to this perfume is it has the best longevity, in my opinion, because I have seen it last at least for about 5 to 6 hours on my skin and even longer on my clothes. So definitely, if you're going out for longer hours, you can depend on this perfume for a decent longevity and an extremely fresh feeling for the day. So that's my number one choice. The second fragrance on my list is Mugler from the House of Guerlain. This is a bit different from light blue intense, of course. This is a definitely more intense flavor, more intense fragrance. The top notes include lavender and bergamot, followed by the middle notes of jasmine, sambac and iris. It is actually from there that I think that the powderiness, the beautiful light powderiness that comes from the iris, of course, it's so addictive. You want to keep on sniffing it. And then the whole in buffet blends beautifully with sandalwood and vanilla. So the vanilla and the sandalwood is also very, very prominent, and it's light, it's airy, it's sweet, and at the same time it's so very the fragrance is so classy. So I wouldn't want to wear this when I'm out on the streets, hopping from one place to another. No, this is more like a party scent for me. This is more like a close get together of friends over or a cocktail party or any other get together with family and friends, where which is a special moment, because such special moments call for such special perfumes, of course. You can depend on this fragrance to give you a fragrance cover for at least 5 hours. It lasts on the skin and even on your clothes for longer than that. So Mugler from the House of Guerlain would be on my list on the 6th position. The next fragrance on my list is a showstopper, in my opinion. This is a special scent. This is this beautiful stiletto from Karolina Herrera's Good Girl. For why I choose this is also a summer fragrance in my opinion. Why I chose this is a fragrance that can go for both. The reason I chose this is that it goes well for both mornings and evenings, in my opinion. I can carry this off at all times. This is like an all-time fragrance in my opinion. And this is like, the fragrance is like a happy note, it's like festival time. This fragrance is one of that. Everything is joyful, everything is flourishing, thriving, that kind of thing. That makes it a perfect summer scent. But even now in the month of October, when we are celebrating so many festivals in 1 month, in a span of 30 days, this can be a very beautiful companion for your wardrobe, for your ensemble, because it has a lot of floral notes like tuberose and jasmine working for it, spices, cinnamon and cloves working for it. It has almond working for it. There are there are notes from tonka bean, from the cocoa and the coffee flavors. So there is a lot going on here in this bottle to give you that beautiful fragrance. At the same time, it has a decent longevity, so you can trust this for both the outdoor and indoor events, for both morning and evening hours. But yes, definitely depending on the hours of your outings, you have to decide exactly how much you need to spray it on yourself. Don't go overboard, especially during the daytime. The next fragrance that I have on my list is Versace's Crystal Noir. This beautiful jewel collection, this is part of that jewel collection from Versace, and this is particularly a favorite with me. I would like to mention once again that this is the EDP and not the EDT. This is the eau de parfum, not the eau de toilette. Now, I am particularly fond of this because it has a phenomenal longevity, and this is one fragrance. Please don't mind the background noise because there is a lot going on in my neighborhood right now. So this fragrance is one fragrance where you don't need to be a fragrance expert to sniff the notes. They are so clear. There is sandalwood and there's the creamy coconut flavor, and then the opening notes, the spiciness of the pepper and the cardamom is also clear here. The musk is visibly clear over here. So this is one fragrance where, of course, the sandalwood definitely comes out more in a more robust manner in this perfume. But I have heard many people thinking of this as a headache-inducing perfume. I choose to disagree because I find this very relaxing and very calming at times. But yes, you need to, kind of adjust the kind of amount of spraying you do. Be very judicious in that, and it will last you for almost the whole day. It lasts even longer on your clothes, but it can easily last you for the whole day if you are going to be busy and out and about. So you don't need to worry about any top-ups with this perfume. Versace's Crystal Noir. I don't know if I'm successful in doing this, but I'm trying to go in gradation of the intensity of the fragrance. So I just hope I'm doing a decent job with that. When it comes to the next fragrance, I feel amused because this is one of my blind buys, and usually blind buys are those when we buy online. We don't sniff them, we don't check them out, we just buy on good faith. Now this is one fragrance that I bought from the store, but this is not the fragrance I went for. I went for a different fragrance which was not available. So this was offered to me, this was shown to me, and it was highly recommended. And but I felt the recommendation was more because it would end up in a purchase, but I was not completely convinced when I bought it. Usually I'm very careful about buying my fragrance because it involves a lot of money, of course, and it also involves, like, I always like to pick and choose, be selective about my collection. So each and every perfume on my collection is one that I am very fond of. So I don't usually buy perfumes if I don't like them personally. So this is one fragrance that I was not entirely convinced when I went to buy it, when I actually bought it. But as I said, I was not preparing to buy this. But over the next few days and weeks that went by after I purchased it, once I started using it, my opinion about it changed completely. So this is Dolce Gabbana's The Only One. And right now when I'm using this on a regular basis, I feel this really deserves a lot more credit than it actually has received. No one talks about it much. There's a beautiful blend of vanilla and patchouli that comes right across, but then it's so caramelly. It's so caramelly. The caramel is actually, like, it stands out in this fragrance. It makes it so smooth and creamy, sort of, The floral notes open the perfume. That is, the floral notes of orange, violet and bergamot opens the fragrance as the top notes. This then is followed by coffee, iris, rose, orange blossom. Quite a combination, I should say. Yeah, and as I said, it ends with caramel, patchouli and vanilla. So the iris, I mean, again, there's a certain powderiness to this as well that also makes it long lasting, and that is where it comes from. The presence of iris definitely lends that powderiness, and it makes it decently long lasting. I don't know, on my skin it has lasted for 5 hours minimum, and I find it very, very refreshing, especially the dry down. The dry down is amazing. It's super caramelly, and if you take a sniff, only then you will know what I mean when I say that dry down is beautiful. I love it right now. Whenever I use it, I really like it a lot. So I would recommend this for both indoor and outdoor events, but go a little easy when you are spraying it for indoor events. It comes with a sharpness at the start that may put you off a bit, but just give it a minute, give it 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you will love it. So I have 7 fragrances and I have already come to the 6th fragrance. Sorry, I've come to the 2nd fragrance because I started from the 7th one. The 2nd fragrance on my list is like a little monster. This is Alien from Thierry Mugler, and currently one of my favorites. But I have to warn you, this is like a little alien monster. This beautiful, I don't know if the light is doing justice, this is a beautiful violet color bottle and this design, but the contents are robust. It gives a longevity that is phenomenal, and the sillage of this perfume is incredibly heavy. So be very carefully, be warned. In fact, the first time I used this fragrance, I gave myself a headache because I used a little too much, I admit. And it actually gave me a headache because it was too much to handle. The sillage is amazing. It's too heavy, and it's Indian jasmine, beautiful floral notes, woody notes are also there, but the longevity is phenomenal, and you can trust this guy to last you for as long as 12 hours with a top up, or even without if you spray. But I would suggest don't spray too much. If you have a small bottle, you can carry it along, or just depend on whatever perfume it lasts as a dry down. That's one important thing. Sorry, I should have mentioned this before. Every perfume that I've mentioned here and every perfume that we know has a dry down. That is, it mellows down from its initial fragrance to a more softer, subtle note. But this guy here, it's the same as you spray it. It's the same after 2 hours, it's the same after 5 hours. That's what I experienced. If you experience it differently, please do let me know, and let me know how long it lasts on your skin and on your clothes, because for me it was phenomenal. And I sprayed it a little too much because I was going out for a longer duration, but it gave me a headache. So be very careful when you're spraying this. I think you should go a little easy on this guy. The final fragrance is one of my all-time favorites. I mean, this company is, in my opinion, one of the best designer labels that we have, and they've stood for a lot of dignified appeal and sophistication for everything that they do, and this fragrance is a proof of that. This is Prada La Femme Intense. You have a La Femme that is there's a golden one also, that is a lighter version. This is the intense version. Okay. Use this carefully. Don't use this when you're going out and about, you know, just for roaming around the city and things like that. Use it for a special party or a special family get together, romantic dinner out with your other half, with your better half, and you know, use it like it's a special occasion, and use it like it's a very special thing, because I think it demands that. This is like a buffet of flowers, you know, buffet of floral notes, a buffet of floral notes that's just combined with vetiver, vanilla, patchouli and iris as the base notes. And that's where the magic happens, because every time I'm saying, it's actually the patchouli and the vanilla that's come, and the powdery notes from the iris that's coming to me, you know. But yes, if you listen carefully, if you smell carefully, if you sniff carefully, you will probably get the ylang ylang, the orange blossom, the tuberose and the jasmine sambac. But for me, the first thing that hits me is the patchouli vanilla combination, and of course the powdery notes from the iris. I love this fragrance. If you are not sure of what I'm talking about, just go and give it a sniff at some of the stores near you where you can find this, but I'm sure you will like it. So that's my list for the festive season. I do have another video coming up for my choice of fall perfumes, and that video is not yet edited, so I will come with that soon. But this is my choice of festive scents for you, all of you, and each one is like something that's complete in itself. Like, you don't have to own all of these. You can have one of them and you'll be sorted for the celebration month. So till I see you next time, it's happy Durga Puja and happy Dashera from my end. Wishing you in advance happy Diwali, though I will be coming in between. So hope you all have a very, very happy and prosperous month, and may God bless you with good health and good cheer. So till I see you next time, it's bye from my end. Keep watching and stay in touch.